Good morning, my name is Juan Abella. I'm from Osorio University of Bogota, Colombia, and I made this project about Colombia and Ukraine, nervy wars within the limits of peace and conflict. I work together with Professor Abella in this project, and my interest here is to notice some similarities between these two countries in a specific area, that is the civil society participation in pro-social behavior. I noticed that even when both countries live very hard violent conflicts inside its countries, in both cases the civil society start engaging in pro-social behavior. For me, that's a very complex situation, and that's very interesting to see and very interesting to study these cases. I took the expression nervy wars within the limits of peace and conflict from the theory of many interacting wars, theory of quantum mechanics, because I noticed that this theory could help us to understand how these two different countries, almost different worlds, can interact itself and can have similarities between them. For me, this violent conflict and pro-social behavior are at the beginning contradictory variables, but when you realize that they start doing the parallels between both, you realize that it's very interesting to catch some lessons from these relationships. For example, if you notice, a high level of pro-social behavior could be very useful to construct peace agreements, to construct very good reforms, to construct peace inside these countries. And also, you can notice that by having this pro-social behavior, the people start offering services that the state cannot offer anymore. So it's a very interesting and a very useful context and a very useful reality in order to construct peace, in order to ensure that the country won't be divided in the future. So in both cases, both countries can learn lessons from each other, and that's the most important feature I want to notice in this research. As a way to participate and as a way to engage the people in this poster symposium, I want to give them these kind of forms in order to know about their opinions about not only the poster, but also know how they can get familiarized with the activity, with this theory in their own countries. At the end, my idea with this poster is create an article, an academic article, in order to develop a better research about this topic, and also try to offer lessons to the political scenario, to the public policy, for the public policy in both countries.
What made you decide to apply for this program?
Well, it was very curious, it was very interesting, because I read the options we have when we apply to this URE program, and I saw the Ukrainian project, and I feel very interested because I have been studying Ukraine before in Colombia. So it was very interesting to have the chance to develop this interest here by doing an internship about research. So that's why I took this, and I also mentioned this in my letter of application. I remember that. That's why it's very interesting for me.
And so when you were accepted into the program, what were your expectations?
My expectations were that I would be in a new context, in a new area, but having the tools and having the resources to develop a very good research, a different research, with new information about Ukraine. Because information from Colombia, I can find it from my background, but information from Ukraine, I can have it here, and I can access to more resources here. So it was a very nice experience for me.
So you're going to be leaving us in just over a week.
Yes.
When you reflect on your time here, what would you say, how would you say you have benefited?
I feel very benefit with this experience because it taught me about how to develop a poster, because this is my first time doing a research poster, and also it taught me about the experience of being a research assistant. That helped me to identify how I'm going to develop my future in this area, in academics, or also in politics. That's why it was very useful for me, and I feel very thankful for having this opportunity here in Alberta University.
Okay, thank you very much.
Finally, I would like to say thanks to my local university, to Rosario University, because the people there helped me a lot with this application, and also they provide me with all the resources, with all the information, and with all the help and support in order to apply for the URE program. My idea is to continue doing things with Alberta University, and also to invite other students to participate in this project, other students from Rosario University and from Colombia, to get involved and participate in this very interesting experience here in Alberta University in Canada.
It's very